12 days. 43 children. In the United States, within this exact period, 43 children classified as missing were found. The news called it a major success. But one thought keeps bothering me. If 43 children could be found in 12 days, why weren't they found earlier? This video is about good news. But beneath that news, there is fear. There is silence. And there are questions no one really wants to ask. Today is a strange day. Usually, when we talk on this channel about missing people, your heart starts to ache and you can't sit calmly. But this time, the news feels different. It sounds hopeful. And yet, when you think about how many sleepless nights families have endured, how much fear children have lived through, your heart still hurts. Here is just one fact. In the United States, in December of the year 2025, within just 12 days, 43 children were found. Their ages ranged from 18 months to 17 years. These children were classified as critically missing, meaning they were considered to be at extremely high risk. The operation was called Operation Northern Lights. According to official information, it became the most successful operation of its kind in northern Florida. But even the phrase most successful makes you think. How many children were never found before this? How many families are still waiting? When you hear the words "a missing child has been found," what image appears in your mind? A child who simply got lost and would return the next day? Or something far more serious and complicated? Today, let's talk about that. Calmly, but honestly. So what is Operation Northern Lights? It was a large-scale operation led by the U.S. Marshals Service. More than 25 agencies took part, and over 80 specialists were involved. The main focus was children missing from 14 counties in northern Florida. But the children were not found only in Florida. Some were located in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. The operation ran from the 1st to the 12th of December, 2025. Just 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, 43 lives were brought back to safety. What does critically missing actually mean? This is not simply a case of ran away from home. According to official explanations, this category includes serious risk factors, the threat of violence, exposure to drugs, sexual exploitation, proximity to criminal environments, and family crises. In other words, these were children who were believed to be moving into increasingly dangerous situations with time. That is why the operation was organized so quickly and on such a large scale. Now, let's look at the results. 43 children were safely recovered. They immediately received medical care, food, psychological support, and shelter. 9 people were arrested, mostly under charges related to child custody interference, meaning illegal removal or concealment of a child in violation of custody rights. Additional charges may still follow. There is one more important detail. During the operation, 2 potential cases related to human trafficking were identified. For now, they remain potential, as investigations are ongoing. But this sends a clear signal: cases of missing children sometimes lead directly into very dark territory. Let me share a few official examples, only those confirmed by authorities. A 1-year-old child missing from Leon County was found in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A 17-year-old and a 1-year-old missing from Okaloosa County were located in Mississippi, and 1 individual was arrested in connection with custody violations. A 13-year-old from Sewanee County was found in Jacksonville after 8 months. In another case, a 15-year-old was taken by an adult without legal custody and later found in Ocala, where that individual was arrested. I won't go into more detail, because the children's safety comes first. Official agencies also avoid sharing everything publicly, and rightly so. Why are operations like this becoming more frequent? Behind this is a law passed in 2015, the Justice for Victims of Trafficking Act. This law expanded the authority of the U.S. Marshals Service to search for missing children. Since then, the agency has helped locate nearly 4,000 children nationwide. The goal of these operations is not simply to find children, but to return them to safe environments and prevent further harm. Perhaps the hardest part comes here. Yes, 43 children were found, and that is a major victory. But it raises difficult questions. Why did they disappear in the first place? Where did the system fail? Why were some found in completely different states? In many cases, disappearance is not a single-day event. It is the result of a long process: instability at home, custody disputes, lack of supervision, online contacts, and proximity to criminal circles. Only when all of this converges does the word missing appear in reports. When I read this news, I felt two emotions at once. One was joy. They were found. They can go home for the holidays. The other was anxiety. What about the rest? Every year in the United States, hundreds of thousands of missing child reports are filed. Many involve runaways, children who leave on their own. But those classified as critically missing face the highest danger. And statistically, some missing children are never found, or are found far too late. So what matters for ordinary people? I won't give instructions, because every case is different. But there is something important to understand. When a child is classified as critically missing, time becomes the most valuable resource. Waiting and hoping that they will come back tomorrow can be dangerous. Second, operations like this show that coordinated effort works. And the support provided to the children, medical, housing, counseling, proves that the goal is not just finding them, but truly protecting them. Operation Northern Lights feels like a light of hope. Proof that cooperation can save lives. But at the same time, it may only be a small window into a much larger problem. If 43 children can be found in 12 days, is this a miracle, or a sign of an issue we are not fully seeing? What do you think? In cases of missing children, what plays the biggest role? Family crises, slow systems, or something else entirely? I'll leave you with one question for the comments, to spark a real discussion. What is more frightening, a child disappearing without a trace, or a child being found, but carrying wounds that never truly heal? That's all for today's video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and protect your loved ones. Thank you.